purple of commerce, or did he rise from the ranks of the aristocracy?
I'm afraid I really don't know. The fact is, Lady Bracknell, I said I had lost my parents. It would be nearer to the truth to say that my parents seem to have lost me. I don't actually know who I am by birth. I was found.
Found?
Yes, the late Mr. Thomas Cardew, an old gentleman of a very charitable and kindly disposition, found me. He gave me the name of Worthing, because he happens to have a first-class ticket for Worthing in his pocket at the time. Worthing is a place in Sussex. It is a seaside resort.
And where did this charitable gentleman with a first-class ticket for this seaside resort find you?
In a handbag.
A handbag?
Yes, Lady Bracknell, I was in a handbag. Somewhat large, black leather handbag, with handles to it. An ordinary handbag, in fact.
In what particular locality did this Mr. Thomas Cardew come across this ordinary handbag?
In the cloakroom at Victoria Station. It was given to him in mistake for his own.
The cloakroom at Victoria Station?
Yes, the Brighton line.
The line is immaterial, Mr. I confess I feel somewhat bewildered by what you've just told me. To be born, or at any rate bred in a handbag, whether it have handles or not, seems to show discontent for the ordinary decencies of family life that reminds one of the worst excesses of the French Revolution. And I presume you know what that unfortunate movement led to? As for the particular locality in which the handbag was found, a cloakroom at a railway station might serve to conceal a social indiscretion, was probably indeed done so before, but could hardly be regarded as an assured basis for a recognised position in good society.
Well, may I ask you then what you would advise me to do? I need hardly say that I would do anything in the world to ensure Gwendolyn's happiness.
I would strongly advise you, Mr. Worthing, to try and acquire some relations as soon as possible, and to produce one parent of either sex before the season is quite over.
Well, I don't see how I could possibly manage to do that. I can produce the handbag at any moment. It's in my dressing room at home. I really think that should satisfy you, Lady Bracknell.
Me, sir? What has it to do with me? You can hardly imagine that I, Lord Bracknell, would ever dream of allowing our only daughter, a girl brought up with the utmost care, to marry into a cloakroom and form an alliance with a parcel. Good morning, Mr. Worthing.
Good morning. Oh, for goodness sake, don't play that ghastly tune, Algy. How idiotic you are.
Didn't go off all right, old boy. You don't mean to say Gwendolyn refused you? I know it is a way she has. She is always refusing people. I think it most ill-natured of her.
Oh, Gwendolyn is as right as a trivet. As far as she is concerned, we are engaged. Her mother is perfectly unbearable. Never met such a gorgon. I don't really know what a gorgon is like, but I'm quite sure that Lady Bracknell is one. At any rate, she is a monster, without being a myth, which is rather unfair. No, I beg your pardon, Algy. I suppose I shouldn't talk about your own aunt in that way before you.
My dear fellow, I love hearing my relations abused. It's the only thing that makes me put up with them at all. Relations are simply a tedious pack of people without the remotest knowledge of how to live, nor the slightest instinct about when to die.
Oh, that is nonsense!
It isn't.
I won't argue about the matter. You always want to argue about things.
That is exactly what things were originally made for.
On my word, if I thought that, I'd shoot myself. You don't suppose there is any chance of Gwendolyn becoming like her mother in about 150 years, do you, Algy?
All women become like their mothers. That is their tragedy. No man does, and that is his.
Is that clever?
It is perfectly phrased, and quite as true as any observation in civilized life should be.
No, I'm sick to death of cleverness. Everybody is clever nowadays. You can't go anywhere without meeting clever people. The thing has become an absolute public nuisance. I wish to goodness we had a few fools left.
We have.
I should extremely like to meet them. What do they talk about?
Oh, the fools, about the clever people, of course.
Oh, what fools!
By the way, did you tell Gwendolyn the truth about your being Earnest in town and Jack in the country?
My dear fellow, the truth isn't quite the sort of thing one tells to a nice, sweet, refined girl. What extraordinary ideas you have about the way to behave to a woman.
The only way to behave to a woman is to make love to her, if she is pretty, and to someone else if she is plain.
Oh, that is nonsense!
What about your brother? What about the profligate Ernest?
Oh, by the end of the week I shall have got rid of him. I'll say he died in Paris of apoplexy. Lots of people die of apoplexy quite suddenly, don't they?
Yes, but it's hereditary, my dear fellow. It's the sort of thing that runs in families. No, you would much better say a severe chill.
You are sure a severe chill isn't hereditary or anything of that kind?
Of course it isn't.
Very well then. My poor brother Ernest was carried off suddenly, in Paris, by a severe chill. That gets rid of him.
I thought you said that Miss Cardew was a little too much interested in your poor brother Ernest. Don't you feel he's lost a great deal?
Oh, that is all right. Cecil is not a silly romantic girl, I'm glad to say. She has a capital appetite, goes for long walks, and pays no attention at all to her lessons.
I would quite like to see Cecil.
I will take very good care you never do. She is excessively pretty, and she is only just 18.
You told Gwendolyn you've got an excessively pretty ward who is only just 18.
Oh, one doesn't blurt these things out to people. Cecily and Gwendolyn are perfectly certain to become extremely great friends. I'll bet you anything you like that half an hour after they have met, they will be calling each other sister.
Women only do that after they call each other a lot of other things first. Now, my dear fellow, we really must go and dress if you want to get a good table tonight. You know, it is nearly 7.
No, it is always nearly 7.
I'm hungry.
I never knew you when you weren't.
What shall we do after dinner? Go to a theatre?
Oh, no, I loathe listening.
Well, let us go to the club.
Oh, no, I hate talking.
Well, we might trot round to the Empire at 10.
Oh, no, I can't bear looking at things. It is so silly.
Well, what shall we do?
Nothing.
Oh, it is awfully hard work doing nothing. However, I don't mind hard work where there is no definite object of any kind.
Miss Fairfax.
Gwendolyn, upon my word!
Algy, kindly turn your back. I was being very particular to say to Mr. Worthing.
Really, Gwendolyn, I don't think I can allow this at all.
Algy, was it not a strictly immoral attitude towards life? You're not quite old enough to do that.
My own darling.
Ernest, we may never be married. From the look on Mamma's face, I fear we never shall. Few parents pay any regard to what their children have to say to them. The old-fashioned respect for the young is fast dying out. Whatever influence I had over Mamma, I lost at the age of 3. But though she may prevent us from becoming man and wife, and I may marry someone else, and marry often, nothing she can possibly do can alter my eternal devotion to you.
Oh, dear Gwendolyn.
The story of your romantic origin, as related to me by Mamma with unpleasing comments, has naturally stirred the deepest fibres of my nature. Your Christian name bears an irresistible fascination. The simplicity of your character makes you exquisitely incomprehensible to me. Your town is the Albany I have. What is your address in the country?
At the Manor House, Walton, Hertfordshire.
There is the postal service, I presume. It may be necessary to do something desperate. That, of course, will require serious consideration. I will communicate with you daily.
My own one.
How long do you remain in town?
Till Monday.
Good. Algy, you may turn around now.
Oh, thanks, I've turned around already.
You may also ring the bell.
You will let me see you to your carriage, my own darling?
Certainly.
I will see Miss Fairfax out here, sir.
A glass of sherry, Elaine.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow, Elaine. I'm going Bunburying.
Yes, sir.
I shall probably not be back till Monday. You can put up my dress clothes, my smoking jacket, and all the Bunbury suits.
Yes, sir.
I hope tomorrow will be a fine day, Elaine.
It never is, sir.
Elaine, you are a perfect pessimist.
I do my best to give satisfaction, sir.
There's a sensible, intellectual girl. The only girl I ever cared for in my life. What on earth are you so amused at?
Oh, I am merely a little anxious about poor Bunbury, that is all.
If you don't take care, your friend Bunbury will get you into a serious scrape someday.
I love scrapes. They are the only things which are never serious.
Oh, that is